Happy weekend, Balance Nation. I'm going to share something fun with you. So hold on for this one because it's going to be a goodie. All right, so the plot thickens. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you something. I'm going to give you a little taste behind the scenes, behind the curtain, pull back the curtain. Everybody in this group should know that it's my group. Balance Protocol is my thing. This group is designed to, share with you how to live life in balance via the Balance Protocol. I give tirelessly and a lot of time into this group, but also I play in other groups because people invite me to them or there's different reasons. So what I'm going to do, without further ado, is I'm going to just share with you the drama of Facebook. I'm sure that you've all experienced, but I want you to see what I'm up against by having a voice that which is mine. And so without further ado, this is a great example, okay, of exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So what I want you to see here, okay, is this is the Food Sanity Forum. Really nice doc out there. His name is David Friedman, but he's kind of chosen to kind of sour things. Anyways, for me at least, has a really cool book. I disagree with a lot of stuff in there, called Food Sanity. So go out and buy his book. It's a good book. It's a good read. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But anyways, the point of the matter is this. So this was that post, guys. It's getting so much dialogue from me lately. Somebody posted, "How true is this?" Okay, and it is, pits contain enough cyanide to kill a 150-pound person, and stop when you see green on potatoes, okay? So what I want to do is I want to talk to you about those two things. But before I do that, I'm going to show you this as an example, and then I'm going to parlay this into another example that's kind of, come off of that, right? So here's what the deal was, okay? Originally, what had happened is people had made some stuff. It says, David said both are true. Now, here's the thing. When you contradict someone, it doesn't feel good. I get it. I understand. But, that's the thing. It says if you eat enough cherry pits, you could die. Okay, that's true. If you eat enough of them, chewed up and ground up and so forth. But anyways, I do agree, just for context, it says that same is true for seeds, for peaches, plums, apples, and apricots. They all contain cyanogenic glycosides. The body can detoxify only small amounts of these cyanide compounds. If you accidentally eat a couple cherry pits or swallow an apple seed or two, you'll be fine. However, chewing the seeds is much more hazardous. I agree with all that. We agree. As for eating green potatoes, yes, they produce solanine, a natural pesticide that's toxic to humans. The compound is particularly concentrated in potatoes that have turned green. Consuming this poison could cause severe vomiting, diarrhea, and cardiac arrest! Exclamation point. So stay clear. You may hear the word clear. That's pretty cute. I actually like that. Then you got this chick here. I'm going to feature here in just a second. This Elaine Richards. Matter of fact, yes, I'm going to come back to her in just a little bit. Anyways, so so it went on, and so let's see here. Where did my opinion go? I said neither are even remotely true. And I said, as for cherries, there isn't cyanide in cherry pits. It's amygdalin. Okay, so in the natural medicine world and oncology, people will eat apricot pits for the reason for this particular type of poison. But anyways, you can eat a whole bunch of apricot pits and not die, but there is an LD50 on those. So what is an LD50? An LD50 is the amount of lethal dose that's needed to kill people 50% of the time, basically, is what that is. So I said there isn't any cyanide in cherry pits. It's that. In cherries, it's contained in a sealed hard pit that just passes through. If you can eat a cherry pit, I'd like to see you do it. I'd like to see you take a hard cherry pit, stick it in your mouth, and chew that and eat it. If you swallow a cherry pit, it's going to go in the hooter and out the tooter. And that's how that works. So again, there's no danger in swallowing cherry pits. Okay, so that's my point. We're talking conjecture here. The LD50 on this particular compound is 80 grams per kilogram, okay? So I'm 72 to 75 kilograms, okay? So I would have to eat 8 times that amount of milligrams in order to have a problem, okay? So, and I just said, unless someone takes a couple pounds of cherry pits, smashes them all to hell, and goes out of the way to eat all those bitter pits at once, well, maybe. As for the potato, number one, the green being referred to contains solanine. That compound is easily broken down by cooking. A person should have to eat over 2 pounds of fully green raw potatoes to get sick, okay? And so, of course, David said cherry pits and apple seeds contain this, and went on and whatever. And here's the deal. And then you got this clown right here, this Rick Solano, who tries to jump in here in a second. I'm going to feature him too as well. And so here was the deal. And I just said, David, again, here we go on this with these types of memes. So in other words, I've participated in this forum like I do others. Somebody puts a meme up with no context, and it conflates a bunch of stuff, and everybody goes off, and this is why you guys have noise and confusion. The number one reason why I do what I do, and the number one thing, if I've polled so many people, what's your number one thing that's slowing you down, stopping you, standing you in the way, is people say, I don't know who to believe. That's what it is. This is the number one thing. Everybody's like, okay, to eat dairy or don't eat dairy. You can have grains or don't eat grains. Your plants are good for you, plant-based, but then you got all the people say, well, no, what about the solanine? What about the nightshades? And what about the lectins? And, what about the phytates? And what about the oxalates? And then you got all the people saying, oh, what about, red meat causes bowel cancer. It's crazy. And what I try to tell you guys is it comes down to you, the context of you, environment, lifestyle, mindset, nutrition. It's your 4 factors. Okay, so that's what it's all about. It's context. People don't have context. They want to go on entertainment stations like Facebook and get information. And they expect people to tell you everything for free and give full dissertations and ask all the questions that you want. Everybody's just going to get free. Okay, so back to this here in a second. Okay. So this Rick Solano, and I'm going to tell you more about him in a second, thumbs up. And I just basically said, hey, it really comes down to these. I'm not trying to be a dick into these things. I'm just simply trying to say I speak specific to the points that they are implying. The post above has not fact at all, okay? And I enumerated the points, and I shared quite conclusive and irrefutable things that those points were true, okay? It clearly states that pits contain enough to kill a 150-pound person. That is a very specific statement. It's not remotely true, okay? First of all, it didn't say how many pits, and you couldn't eat enough pits to kill a 150-pound person unless you did, like I said, a bunch of them ground up, swallowed. But who the hell would ever do that? You know what I mean? It's like, let's talk about water. Yeah, if you slug down 2 gallons, you're going to have hyponatremia and you can die. That doesn't mean don't drink any goddamn water. That doesn't mean don't slug down a liter of water at a time. Okay, so then David agrees with the meme. It should have listed how many pits it actually takes to kill 150. That's my point. Well, thanks for coming around. It goes back to what I talked about before in clickbaits. My mission is accomplished. Whoever made the meme has got people's attention who are now discussing the topic, including you. Touche. That's exactly right. As for the green potato, I consumed one once, not knowing any better. I ended up in the toilet all afternoon. Okay, great, but that's not going to kill anybody, all right? And it could have been other things. But anyways, and I just said, and he says, I'll make you a deal. If any of my potatoes sit around long enough to rot and turn green, I'll email them to you to eat. I hate to see good potatoes go to waste. Well, hold on a second. Potatoes don't rot and turn green. Green potatoes are actually relatively raw potatoes, and they haven't matured all the way. So that's why they're still green on the outside. So my thing is I said, deal would be a magic potato I'd love to eat, because if it can rot, but then reverse time and go back to green skin, I want to eat that magic in my belly, okay? So here's the deal. What I'm saying is I'm not promoting the eating of green potatoes, for flip's sake. Okay, I don't go around eating green potatoes. But just the other day, I had a bag of organic green potatoes from Publix, Greenwise brand. Okay, shameless plug, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second. And I peeled them. Was there a little residual green on them? Sure, but I boiled them just like any good Irishman would do. But of course, all the other, then you got a whole bunch of people who don't eat potatoes at all because starch is bad and it turns to glucose, and then that makes you insulin sensitive and takes you out of ketosis and all these other kind of craps. It just gets mind-boggling. You guys know the pain, all right? But I'm here to be the sacrificial lamb. I'm no Jesus Christ. Can I get an amen? But at the same time, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to take the bullets for you and rattle the rafters a little bit. Okay, so anyway, so then it keeps going on. And so here's the cool thing. So David, he's got a really cool personality. I like the guy. He's got an amazing beard. I have beard envy. Look at that. It's great. Handsome son of a bitch. Anyways, in today's breaking news, here's a story about a lady going to the hospital talking about potatoes. Lo and behold, right? So let's click that and take a peek. Boom. Then it goes to this. Literally, it just came out. How serendipitous. But, you know, I thought maybe he was searching for something on the internet to, you know, to make his point. But let's listen to this real quick. Let's watch this clip. Hopefully this will come through.
With over 99.9% network reliability, Spectrum Business keeps small business running.
No matter how you slice it, it's probably a staple in your kitchen, the mighty potato. Prepared to perfection, it's just one of those comfort foods that can satisfy.
I just was craving warm mashed potatoes, so I made them for myself.
A guilty pleasure.
Same way you'd have like a bowl of cereal, I decided to have a bowl of mashed potatoes.
Maria Harless says she won't be indulging in again.
No, I think I might not have potatoes for a while.
Here's why.
Just woke up in the middle of the night with a pounding headache, nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps.
It was so severe, she ended up in the emergency room.
I just couldn't really think about what it was, except for maybe something I ate, and that's when I kind of started to backtrack. What did I eat today? And then that little voice in my head remembered my friend telling me, don't eat potatoes if they're turning green.
It turns out that green tint is poison.
When they go through the process of photosynthesis and they become green, they actually produce a toxin.
Okay, hold on a second. I got to go through this. So remember, this is the expert. Now, this guy just said when they go through the process of photosynthesis, they produce a thing. Guess what? Okay, potatoes grow underground. So it has nothing to do with the process of photosynthesis. So this guy hasn't grown potatoes. I've grown lots of potatoes, okay? Potatoes are under the dirt. They're not actively participating in photosynthesis. So the reason why that's important is because he's supposedly the expert that we should listen to over the opinion of like me or anybody else, relatively speaking, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? The leaves of the potato plant is where the photosynthesis happens, okay? Contextual incorrectness.
And that's called solanine.
Rocky Mountain Poison Center says solanine poisoning can be serious.
People hallucinate, they become delirious, they go into comas.
But it's rare.
Most of the time it's under...
What? Wait, what? Rare. Rare. One more time. Rare.
You just have to eat a lot of green potatoes in order to get sick.
While poison control...
What was that? Was that 3 alatas? A lotta to get sick? Now remember, this is the guy, this is the doctor, the poison control expert. He just said what I'm saying. A lotta to get sick. That's what he said. Let's rewind that.
Have to eat a lot of green potatoes in order to get sick.
While poison control says a little probably won't hurt, Maria says when in doubt, throw it out.
If it's green, just don't even eat it. Just throw it away.
Yeah, good advice there. Now, thanks.
Okay, so there's the context. See, I love transparency. All right, so that's my position also. A lotta to do it. I'm not saying eating green potatoes. What I'm saying is the meme was not correct. All right, so back to the thread, okay? So then Elaine Richards says, I know someone who ended up in the ER after eating just a few bites of a green potato. Just a few bites. Okay, that's in contradiction to what the expert just said could happen. The doctor told her that they once had somebody end up in a coma after eating a green baked potato. Hopefully AGB enjoys eating his green potatoes that he claims are perfectly okay to eat as long as they're cooked, okay? And anyways, let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. So basically what I said was, and I'm going to come back to these different people in the conversations. I said, David, wow, giving a rational and logical refutation of a meme sure got under your skin. Get it? Potato skins, pun intended. You went scouring the internet just to look for some confirmation bias. Well, at least I got you researching, but here's why you still missed. Number one, go back and listen to the silly little filler news segment. It said it was rare. I just pointed that out. Again, that's all I'm saying, okay? Number two, you got to eat a lot of green potatoes in order to get sick. That was a 3 latas, right? That equals greater than 2 pounds. Sounds like my point. Number 3, a little probably won't hurt. I said, well, imagine that. That's exactly what I was saying. So I basically said, nice try, with the link stuff. And, basically, was it a knee-jerk reaction? I was just playing on the words, okay? And then I played on his words, food sanity, right? And I said, there are many other possible reasons why folks may report adverse reactions. You have no idea what other things were eaten at the time, what medications they took with the meal, or what other substances such as microbes were on the potato or toxic chemicals that were sprayed on them. Of course, a medical center is not going to blame things like glyphosate or insecticides that big business use, just like they won't blame medicines for anything, right? Potatoes are known to be one of the most highly insecticide and herbicide sprayed crops, hence why they are on the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, okay? And I said, oh, but wait, what other toxic, gonna kill your fruit is on the EWG Dirty Dozen list? Wait for it, cherries. Well, what do you know? So I said, cheers to the organic green potato. And as the Irish saying goes, only 2 things in this world are too serious to be jested on: potatoes and matrimony, sláinte. So then I addressed Elaine Richards, right? The one that had the story up there who, I knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody. So I made fun of it a little bit. And I said, well, I once had someone who knew someone's cousin's uncle's neighbor's wife's coworker overhear some staffer say that they heard a doctor told them anything on the internet is absolutely true because it's on the internet. And of course, she gave the angry face to that. Good job, mission accomplished. So then she comes at me, bro. And where exactly do you get your information from? The library? No, from the internet. Well, obviously, she hasn't been watching Balance Nation long enough, because that's actually my entire point. That's my shtick, actually. And I'm going to show you my response, right? So she thinks I get my information from the internet. So we can't believe everything you say. Look, she's so proud of herself. Her wise mother once told me, if you don't have something nice to say, don't have anything to say at all. Well, okay, remember that. If you applied that principle, you'd be a monk, right? So anyways, I've seen your Facebook group, and you sell your expensive products, look at all these dollar signs, and courses by bad-mouthing other people, their research, and their products. It's your way or the highway. You think your opinions are always right, and you'll do whatever it takes to tear down others. The only contributions you ever made this forum have been negative bad-mouthing. For green potatoes, you clearly stated, and I'm not even going to get into that. So in other words, okay, so let's address that. Yes, I sell an expensive course. It's $2,997. Why? Because it's 40-some hours of instruction. Okay, it gives a lot. Okay, I don't sell products here. Okay, pretty soon I will. I keep telling you guys about my coffee. Anyways, but so what? Am I bad-mouthing other people? Sure, of course I'm bad-mouthing other people. If I own a Ferrari, I'm gonna bad-mouth Chevy. Okay, it's okay to bad-mouth. You damn right I bad-mouth. Okay, that's how that works. See, people don't like their form of crazy being challenged. They don't like being revealed as this. I welcome anybody to take anything I say and make a video about it or challenge me about it. Badmouth me. It's okay. I'm not a snowflake. The sun is not going to not come up tomorrow if somebody badmouths you. Okay, I badmouth people who have vegan cats. Just Google vegan cats. Look and see what they're doing to these damn animals, okay? Because of veganism religion, all right? Same thing with the carnivore people. Just look at them. Of course I'm going to badmouth. Thanks for paying attention, okay? Now, it's your way or the highway, she said. No, it's not. You don't see me kicking out people or doing stuff like that because they disagree with me. I love to be disagreed with, okay? I happen to think that I'm correct 98% of the time. All right? So if I'm ever wrong, I'll say it. I'll go, I was wrong. Absolutely. Okay? So I'm not pompous. It's just I'm convinced. That's what it is. I know what I'm doing. Okay? So that's the thing. So let's go back to this and go a little bit deeper. I want you guys to share my pain. Okay? So then now you got this cat, this guy, this Rick Solano. Some of you guys are friends with him. Okay? And he goes, a registered dietitian. As a registered dietitian, I have to wholeheartedly disagree. Unlike medical doctors who get a measly 3-hour course of food nutrition, I have a bachelor's degree in food science. Great for you. Wait till you see my response, okay? We were taught avoid green potatoes because they're toxic. You better be careful because you could get sued. Oh boy, here comes the liberal progressive. I bet you he's a freaking Hillary Clinton supporter or Bernie Sanders supporter. You better be careful. You might get sued by advising people to eat green potatoes that end up getting sick. David Friedman could possibly get in trouble by not deleting your very harmful advice from this forum. How about do us all a favor and keep your bogus food opinions to yourself? Okay? Okay. So let me tell you something, Rick Solano. Okay? You're an idiot. Okay? And the bottom line is my response, okay, is the following to him. Okay? Hey, Rick Solano, as a quadruple board certified and fellowshipped physician with 26 years of professional clinical experience, I don't need to be careful of anything. You have lost the understanding of the discussion here. It was about a meme. I do not tell people to consciously go eat green potatoes, nor have I said so for crying out loud. I have simply pointed out the context of the meme is bogus, and David Friedman can delete anything he wants. It's his group. But you are a joke for suggesting such preposterous grounds for such censorship. Interesting to note that registered dietitians are known for their militant and radical stances against such. Great example is that of the witch hunt against Dr. Tim Noakes. I gave no advice, so you're being dishonest here. I stated opinion in regards to opinions and made that perfectly clear. Okay? Okay, so here's the deal. I didn't recommend that anybody buy potatoes, eat green potatoes. I didn't say, hey, go eat. I just said it would take a lot to kill you or to really make you sick. Same thing the doctor said in the thing that they were there. Okay, so you see where these things go off the rails? You see where these go off the rails? So the point is this. Censorship. People don't like it when they're disagreed with. I love it when you disagree with me. It's totally fantastic as long as it's kept respectful and on topic, not about, personal stuff or character stuff. I'll state that when I'm doing that. Okay? So guys, here's the deal. This is the drama. This is actually fun for me. It doesn't stress me out in a bad way. It stresses me out in a good way. It keeps me motivated. It keeps my sword sharp, my pen sharpened, if you can sharpen a pen. Okay? So the bottom line here is these, listen, registered dietitians, they are freaking Nazi-esque. They hate anybody. They don't even like doctors because they don't get any nutrition stuff. That's great, okay? But I don't care that you're a registered dietitian with a bachelor's in food science, okay? Go get a bachelor's, a master's, and two doctor levels degrees like I do, and then a quarter century of experience, then come back and we'll talk, okay? So anyways, this isn't, a diploma measuring context, okay? My thing is this is the stuff that's funny to me, okay? So, in other words, the very things that people are blaming me for, they're doing themselves, okay? So I said to this Elaine Richards chick, okay? So let me show you her real quick, okay? She's been in Balance Nation. I've removed her because, she's just whatever. It looks like a fake profile. But literally, everything for her, and I'm going to Facebook shame, okay? I'm going to Facebook shame. Everything that she posts, okay, please, cancel my subscription to your issues. Okay, well then why are you getting in them? Okay, these are her pictures. This is what she's always posting. Okay, all right. So these are her posts. Okay. So reason why that's important. Okay, a little splat, what stuff with her crotch, and then little wetness on the bed with a vibrator. Okay. Anyways, there's another Hitachi, okay? Drinking, wine, okay? More thighs, more phallic stuff. Anyways, my point is this. Don't ever take advice from somebody who you wouldn't take advice from, or criticism from somebody you wouldn't take advice from. I just want to give you some context, okay? So this is going to become important here in just a second. So I told her, yes, in fact, it's the library. It's called the Dewey Decimal System. You should try it. You also should take advice of your wise mother, because clearly you're being duplicitous, okay? I don't sell products, but I sell expensive courses. Of course, I think my opinions are always right. I mean, who would ever knowingly share or hold an incorrect opinion? Think about that for a second, guys. If ever you hear somebody giving you a hard time or thinking that you're right, well, of course. Do you consciously make false statements? Of course I want to think everything I'm right. I'm not going to make statements that are false, but see, that's the thing. People, they don't get it, all right? So, and I said, so you could take your mean, sassy, overly provocative, self-indulgent self who posts only about drunken crotch pics and sexual innuendos should go and do some book research instead of ad hominem. So she goes, so then now she goes here. Oh, really? You don't sell expensive products on your Facebook page? I call bullshit on that one. Who is the person selling $1,500 tanning bed contraptions? Looks like you do. You should be a ventriloquist because great talking out of two sides of your mouth. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not selling products. In other words, this was the thing is this is what they don't get, okay? These are fantastic light panels, okay? Shameless plug for mitogenhealth.com and Dr. Josh, Paleoosteo, who invented these great light panels, who aren't available in the United States, okay? I, with my own money, purchased them in bulk, okay? Then I had to hire an importer to put them on a freight boat, ship them all the way across the planet, excuse me, bring him into the port of Tampa, drive from Orlando all the way to Tampa to pick these damn things up. You know how much money that costs? Why? Because I got one because I wanted one for me. I wanted one for some of my besties and for you guys. So all I'm doing is just recouping the cost that they cost me essentially, okay? So I'm not selling expensive products on there, but she loves that. Now, here was the whole thing. Lately, I'm getting people engaging me and saying, well, you're just self-promoting. Yeah, of course I'm self-promoting. I even state it just out there. You find anybody else who says that, hey, I'm trying to sell you on me and my education for you. So of course. And matter of fact, with that note, that's why I went and put on this t-shirt, Oral IV. Okay, Oral IV, Hydration Evolve. This is another one of my products. You ever notice I never put on stuff like that? I'll never do brand placement like I'm on The Apprentice or something. But in the true spirit of idiots like Elaine Richards, okay, I'm going to self-promote Oral IV, oraliv.com. It's a fantastic product that I invented, that I created, okay? And you should go buy it now. Anyways, here's my point, okay? Guys, this stuff is fun. It's what you're up against, okay? Then, just as another point of matter, I'll go ahead and share this with you. So then I made another point in another in another post. And so then starts, I get a random message from, okay, this guy here, some guy, Fasciana, okay? And he asked me, I'm curious why I thought that Dr. Cleanheart was a clown and a joke. And he said harsh words. Must have some reason behind them aside from not having read the studies on detox foot baths and not believing it in distance testing. Okay? So listen, guys, I've talked about these before. Ionic foot baths are a hallmark of a charlatan and of a person who doesn't know what they're doing. Okay? So, firstly, I wanted to ask with a question. What do you mean by having not read the studies on foot baths? So see, this guy has a question based upon a presupposition that there's studies on foot baths. Okay? So he basically said, well, studies Dr. K. Klinghardt cites in his presentations show increased urinary excretion of aluminum and other heavy metals in days following a foot bath, especially day 3. Many marketers falsely contribute the benefit of foot baths to toxins somehow mysteriously exiting in the feet into the water. And I can see why intelligent people would call BS on this. But Dr. K describes the mechanism is actually through the kidneys with enhanced excretion of toxins, especially metals, through glyphosate, although glyphosate shown as well. Okay, he says, if I had screenshots, I'd show you. Surely you haven't seen this if foot baths are part of the reason why you believe Dr. K is a clown and a joke. So here's my response. I said, well, you're wrong and your assumption is in error. Have you ever gone and read these supposed studies he cites? Of course you haven't. Of course he hasn't, because I'm going to show you the study right here. Okay? I said, with all due respect, I have, and for your convenience, I'm attaching the quote study for you so you can. But look, I'm not about to spend time debating you on this, and understand this is fact. This is a fake and fraud study by the manufacturer of the hoax bath. It's not even remotely close to the standards we look for in peer-reviewed and is beyond flawed in its scope and design. Dr. K is simply citing bullshit, and no one ever goes and does their due diligence and actually looks for the studies he is referencing. And guys and gals, Balance Nation, I love you. That's one of the take-home lessons for today. If ever someone posts something like that and quotes a study, have them link the study. Go read the study. Don't just go, oh, it's a study, whatever they said must be the study. So many times I've looked at the aforementioned and linked presupposed study, and it had nothing to do with it. And in fact, contradicted the very thing that was in their statement. Because they know that in this attention span of a goldfish world that we live in, you're not going to go and click those things like nerds like I do. Okay? So they can just tell you anything they want. So here's what I did. I went ahead and I showed him from Klinghardt the narrative from Ionic Foot Baths. So this is what it is. If you go to the site, this is what it says. Sorry guys, I'm talking fast and dry here. So, Ionic Foot Baths, Buyer's Guide. Okay? Where is it manufactured? American, what's the warranty? Cost of ownership? Da-da-da-da-da. So forth and so on. Return policy, manufacturer, what's in the water? In the early stages of foot detox baths, practitioners began to see the color of materials in the water, which varied from person to person. They also saw some types of debris in different color combinations. The assumptions made by the practitioners that the colors presented the toxins being pulled out of the feet are understandable, and this seems to have stayed in the industry's standard explanation. However, the facts are that toxins are not extracted through the bottom of the feet as claimed. Feet are used because they are large surface area of pores. No, they're not. They're actually very callous, very difficult to come out. For the absorption of negative hydrogen ions, which provides the detoxing benefits of the ionic foot bath. Okay? So anyways, beware of the companies that still hold out the outdated color charts in these claims. Okay? And it says, how does it work? Basically, it says that these a large concentration of negative hydrogen ions are released through electrolysis, and they're absorbed through the epidermis of the foot. Okay? And these compounds have a weak attraction for its blah, 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 blah. Okay? So negative hydrogen ions act as free radical scavengers. Okay, guys, here's the deal. That sounds like a good explanation. But guess what? The manufacturers of that foot bath and the others are still saying that if the colors in the water mean the different stuff. If it's green, it's the gallbladder. If it's red, it's the liver. All right? But, so I linked that, and I basically said, okay, in the early days of foot detox practice, I quoted the thing. I said, you see, everyone in the world who does these fake foot baths still claims it. And so does the manufacturer of these devices. So this is a lame attempt because that was a click. Remember, that was a click over to Klinghardt's. That's his explanation, not the manufacturer's explanation. The manufacturer still says that's the case. All right. But then I said negative hydrogen ions. What? Hydrogen has a positive charge, hence the little plus sign by the hydrogen. Now, there is such an isotope known as a hydride that does have a negative charge, but he does not call it hydride and can't anyways because it's impossible for that electrolysis device to produce such an ion as it states. Isn't having an education a bitch, isn't it? Because when they're saying negative hydrogen ions, no, it's not. Okay, it's a positive charge, but that doesn't fit their narrative. But they don't know that. People don't go and do their due diligence and research. These little devices are not producing hydrides into the water. They're not. So Klinghardt is wrong. Okay, now that's a fact, how that works. Okay, so then I talked about some more quotes, and I says, in other words, he's defending Klinghardt, and I don't know why. But I said, I've personally studied this extensively. I've tested dozens and dozens of patients via laboratory quantifications across multiple systems before and after the foot bath, and they are bullshit. I know this for an absolute fact. And then I said I could go on about the vast majority of stuff he does, diagnosing via Facebook profile photos, then the ENG3 bioidentical signaling for Lyme, Beamers, the HOCAT, and oh my God, don't get me started on the ART bullshit shenanigans. The vast majority of his claims are bogus. Okay, so no, that's all that. So then I even gave a link, okay, to the clinical study. Okay, the clinical study. Let me see if I can just download this. If I can, let me see. Can I download it? Come on, stop glitching. No, shoot. Well, I sent it. Can I, save download link as? Let's see if it'll link it. Let's see if it'll do it. No, it's not going to do it. Okay, here's my point. I actually gave him the study that Klinghardt uses. Why? Because I've had it for years. So I sent it to him in a PDF, right? And you can see the name of it, okay? Heavy Metal Study Final Report, okay? It's from 2008, okay? So he presumed incorrectly and erroneously that I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. You'll never catch me talking about something I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And that's a fact, Jack, okay? I don't talk out of my butt. I do my due diligence or research and I bring it back to you guys and I show you the difference between here and the balanced understanding versus what everybody else is out there doing, okay? So, without further ado, the guy comes at me, bro. Said a lot, just longer responses, okay? And he goes, let me first say that I'm a trained ART. Oh my God. So then that explains it all is basically what I said, okay? Okay, he said that it is the best muscle testing system I've ever come across. Okay, ready guys? Zoom in here. Muscle testing is bullshit. There, I said it, okay? They do not control for the person doing the testing, the person being tested, and within the environmental energetics of where you're being tested, okay? If you're sitting by an exam table that has electrical outlets in it and you're getting body voltage, boom, skewed results. If you're sitting by electrical by a wall, magnetic fields, boom, skewed results. If you are in a medical office or someone's house and they have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all kinds of RF energies going on in it, boom, muscle testing is erroneous, okay? If you're under lights that are flickering, LEDs, boom, muscle testing is erroneous. Okay, so maybe if you have an unhealthy person and a healthy person who goes out into the woods with no cell phone reception, zero EMF, both standing on the ground, and you get to doing the little arm bars and the little O-ring test, maybe. Have I done that? No. But I don't need to, because that's not what's going to happen clinically for people, okay? So, muscle testing is not correct. You're not going to get it. I understand, guys. I spent so many months, time and money and energy into that because I wanted to give it its due diligence. I really wanted to believe it. It just is not repeatable. There's so many confounding variables, it cannot be used as a reliable diagnostic test. I get the premise, but unfortunately it's wrong. And the people who are doing it either don't know or they're fooling themselves like this guy named Guy, okay? So, he says, but it's far from perfect, and although it's come a long way, it can still use some more refinement. The beauty of it is, if you're good at it, but hold on a second, if you're good at it, well, what if you're not good at it? How do you know if your practitioner's good at it or not? Do you tell people before you start testing, currently I am under the status of not good at it, but I'm going to do this bullshit anyways and then give you these little remedies for it? Jesus Christ. Okay. Then he talks about these other things. We just go on and on and on and on and on and stuff. Then he gets passive aggressive and so forth, and then tries to say, well, that now these people are talking, well, it's actually hydroxyl ions versus hydrogen. Okay? Well, somebody needs to give Dr. Klinghardt the memo. How about you guys all get together and come up with your narrative? Okay? Hell, that's at least what, the people back centuries ago did, to come up in the Nicene Creed, because everybody was like, well, we're saying Jesus did this and the Bible says this, and no, we don't all agree. Well, let's all get together and decide what we agree. Jesus, at least the Nicene Creed could come up with it. You guys should do it too if you're going to pimp this religion out. Anyways, and he goes, distance testing is hard for many people to believe, and even I still have some difficulty with that, although I do believe it's possible based upon my knowledge of quantum physics. Listen, guys, I've told you before my history at the Edgar Cayce Foundation in Virginia Beach, where I proposed to my first wife, okay? He was a distance sleeping prophet guy, whatever, and he actually do it over the phone. Ding, 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 and then we talk in Sullivan. Anyways, no one's going to distance diagnose you guys, and even if they could, Jesus. I could go off now. I'm going to hold back on that one. All right, so here's the deal. Now, here's the funny thing. He talks about all this kind of fun stuff, and then the upshot is then I basically gave him a reply and just said, that explains a lot. If you're an ART, practitioner, explains everything. No wonder you're all pissed off at me going after Dr. Klinghardt. And this is what made me want to come talk to you guys. So mission accomplished. What are you like, Donald Trump's younger brother, feisty booger? Yes, I'm a fellow Drumpf. Coming out of the closet, my last name is not Beck. Now look what he says. Always self-promoting and putting down the competition. Hard to have a conversation. Hard to have a conversation? Look at this. Look at all this. Look at this. All this free time. Does he not know that I'm freaking $1,500 an hour? I mean, hard to have a conversation with. I'm great to have conversation with. Now, here's the thing. Always self-promoting. Yes. Why do you guys think that I'm even here? Of course this is self-promotion. Hell, my website is dranthonygbeck.com. You can't get any more self-branded than that. All right. So that's my thing. So this guy goes off. He turns into a bugger and loses stuff, and the narrative goes away. So, I said, just stop. I just told the guy, I just said, hey, listen, just go to hell, dude. I've afforded you a very respectful dialogue, and now you're acting like a jackass. Yes, I self-promote and put down others. Of course. Who else would I promote? Okay? So, guys, in case you didn't notice, I self-promote. Balance Nation is for me to self-promote Balance Protocol, all the tenets and the principles thereunto appertaining. Okay? So in case you didn't ever get that, that's what it is. I'm going to share my pure opinion here. Of course I'm going to do that. Of course I'm going to put down others. That's what, holy crap, that's what Consumer Reports is for. That's where Adam Ruins Everything is for. That's what Joe Rogan does. I mean, how many weird genres do I need to pull from? It's okay. Holy crap. I'm not putting down self-promotion. Okay, what I'm doing now is there's the self-promotion of bullshit and unqualified people within the realm of what they're producing. Okay, so let's be perfectly clear. And oh, by the way, you should go to oraliv.com and buy my product. How many times you guys ever seen me put that up in Balance Nation? Go ahead, I'll wait. Oh, 0. Interesting. Well, shit. What kind of self-promoter am I? My heavens, my heavens. All right, so anyways, guys, it's a matter of time before I get kicked out of the Food Sanity Forum. It's fine. And you know what? No ill will, okay? But at the end of the day, okay, guys, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I appreciate all of you who comment and follow me and appreciate my work. But a lot of you, what really fuels me are those private messages. Beck, I am so glad you're doing and saying what you're saying. It comes at a cost. I had to get a legal team. But again, this is why there's disclosures in Facebook and in YouTube that all of this is my pure opinion. Don't believe me. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to be inspired to go and look for yourself and challenge it. If you find something different, share it with me in respective dialectic, and we will debate it out and come to the balanced understanding. If ever I'm wrong, 2% of the time I am, I will admit it. That's how that works, okay? So you guys send me things to look at. You invite me into your groups. I go in there. I interact. I take the bullets for you. I call people out on it. I'm a disruptive technology. I'm aware of that. But it's not out of malice. It is not out of any ill will or any direct desire to tear anybody down. It is just to get people to think, okay? I've told everybody here that I'm a constitutionalist, capitalist Christian, and I'm fine with it, all right? So the bottom line is, guys, I'm taking the bullets for you. Shots fired. 2020 is going to put some amazing vision into the info space. This is going to be an amazing year. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I've shot that's going to be coming out for you guys as a form of self-promotion, so that way you'll go, out of all the people that are out there, and I'm still confused on who I should believe, at least Beck gets in the trenches, takes the hits, backs up what he says, shows things, gives transparency, goes the distance, and comes back and shares it with you guys. That's the litmus test, okay? So I enjoy arguing with idiots. I do it so you don't have to, okay? If you got a question, send it. Not all questions that you guys send to me I'm posting in the group for various reasons. If it's got a link to some blog or some clickbait thing, I'm not going to post it, okay? If it requires a whole bunch of deep context into a disease state or some other person you know, I'm not going to post it, okay? What I'm going to do is specific questions with context, all right? So having said that, you guys had a lot of comments since I've been on here. Let me just see real quick for this, because this will also be on YouTube. So everybody, listen. You can go to YouTube/Balance Protocol and go like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and all that fun stuff, okay? So go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Balance Protocol. There's also mine, but I'm going to start doing everything at Balance Protocol for Instagram, all right? The other thing is that if you want more information and you haven't looked out, here's my self-promotion, guys. Ready? Let's have you go to programs.balanceprotocol.com, and there you can take a free course, and then you can buy my expensive course, Balance Protocol Enviro, and you guys who have gone through Enviro, give some shout outs of what you think about it, okay? The other thing is you can follow me on Twitter at Balance Protocol, okay? So, hey, I look, guys, I even made fancy things down here so I can self-promote. I just self-promoted, and I think I'm right. Can you believe that? All right, so let's see what these people said. Stomach flu. Yeah, maybe that Maria had the, yeah, exactly. The leaves of the potato plant. That's exactly right. James Broderick nailed it. Good man, good man, good man. Yep, that's true, but it's not the way the doctor was describing it, but that's really good. Yes. I agree with you, James. James said it's fine to challenge someone's opinion and or viewpoint, but it's also important to be respectful of each other's journey. That fact is pretty simple, man. And dude, leave the political comments out of your nutrition practice. No. And if you don't like it, James, you can move on. How about that? Because it's irrevocably connected. Why? Because politics runs nutritional policy. The entire food guide pyramid, my plate, the registered dietitians, all of those people will do that, okay? So no, I will not leave out political commentary. I will lace it in, just like I will lace in my faith and believe in prayer, okay? And I'll say Jesus Christ because I believe he's the savior of the world. Doesn't mean I don't think, think bad of you because you don't, okay? So James, I agree with you. Okay, I will challenge other people's viewpoint, and I'll always do it respectfully. This is me respectfully challenging other people's viewpoint and showing you guys it through transparency. Okay, so that's how I feel about that. James, if you're just continuing on lifestyle choices and whatever, this is not a political forum, okay? But religion, politics, and nutrition, they're irrevocably all attached. Every doggone one of them. Why? Because veganism is a religion now. Okay, so should we not talk about religious stuff? Okay. Anyways, enough on that. Yes, Robert, Trump deranged syndrome is a serious political health problem. Look at the people on that, okay? The bottom line is the political stuff messes up your mindset. These people are literally screaming and doing vicious, terrible stuff, and we're not going to get into it. Well, they're not the only one. I'm not in all that. As of current, today, okay, it's terrible, okay? The left, the liberal, progressive, Democrats, it's awful. It's evil. It's totally gross and disgusting. Okay, I'm not a registered Republican. Okay, I've always been independent. Okay, I go for truth, the balanced understanding. I love what Trump's done for this country. Except, you know what? The Trump's tax cuts specifically excluded doctors from the cut. How you like that? Doctors and attorneys, we didn't get the Trump tax cuts. Oh my God. All right, Bart asks, isn't ART active release therapy? No. ART, active release technique, most chiropractors and stuff are trained in that. It's phenomenal. So that ART is great, okay? But autonomic response therapy stuff from Clean Heart, that's the bullshit, okay? So depends on what art you're talking about, okay? So, yes, and you took that as a challenge. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Amanda. It is. Challenge accepted. Self-promotion. Okay, guys. Well, here's the thing. I am getting ready to go and do some work with some toxins. I'm literally going to go over to my mother-in-law's / great-grandfather-in-law's house, and I'm actually going to use a toxic stain to stain their wood railing on their new home, on their stairwell, right? There you go. But guess what? I've done that lots of times, but I'm not an expert in it. I'm probably going to slop some things around, and I'm going to go take in some toxins. Oh my God, guys, whatever will I do? Maybe I should do an ionic foot bath. Yes. So if anybody is here in the Orlando, Kissimmee, Winter Garden, Orange County, Osceola County area, and you've got an ionic foot bath and you want to come and save me from these toxins I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to use gloves, but I'm still going to be breathing them in. What will I ever do? What will I ever do? Maybe I need some bulletproof products or something. Maybe I need something from, no. Oh, I know what I need. I need Panacea, the Shilajit tablets from Matt Blackburn's private label, Mito something. That'll fix it. Because after all, it's Panacea. And you guys want, I want a detox. So if I don't make it back, you guys, because I'm going to go breathe in toxins from putting on toxic stain on wood, I wish you all the best. Hey, let's have fun with these challenges, guys. The bottom line is we can respectfully agree to disagree. It is what it is. And I only do it because this is my passion. And if I haven't proved that, that's it. If that comes with self-promotion, great, you're paying attention. Why haven't you bought my Balance Protocol and Viro course yet? There's even payment plans. Come learn, okay? That's right. Anyways, guys, you got to learn to live life in balance. And part of it, one of the 4 factors of Balance Protocol is mindset. And this is one of the ways you have to do it, is you have to go through these things and figure out what is. I will always be transparent and honest with you, and I'll take all comers. Love you guys. Live life in balance, and I'm out.